Hi, this is Frank from Engineer Your Life. Today in this video we're going to talk about two more steps that I learned to apply in my life from hiking. That is taking one step at a time and enjoying the journey. In the last video I talked about the first two steps, which were picking a path and being prepared. Comes to hiking. You've picked a path, you're at the trail, you got all your gear, you know how long it's going to be, you know the terrain. That's wonderful. You're an hour into the hike, your feet are hurting, it starts to rain, unexpectedly, a little bit steep, you're sore, you're just not feeling it, and you start to think, I'm never going to get to the top, or why am I even here? Or, I should have known I can't do this hike, it's 16 miles, I should just quit right now. In that instance, the best thing you can do is to take each step one at a time. You can't walk the whole hike in one step. It's going to take step after step after step after step. Best thing you can do is focus on each one. Feel your muscles working. Look around you. See the water, hear the birds. Really feel the rocks, touch something. Use all your senses and really be in the moment. How do I apply that to my daily life? Similar. You pick a path, you got a goal that you want to get to, you're prepared, you know the steps. You start taking them. And especially when you're in the beginning, there's a lot of steps to take. You're on a step and you feel suddenly like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get to the end of this. Why'd I even try this? There's just too much to do. There's 150 things I have to do. I don't even know what the next thing is. And what? You can slow down. You can do the same thing like when you're hiking or when you're doing anything physical. Just take that one step and do it the best you can, whatever it is. If it's sending an email or typing something, really feel the keyboard when you're doing it. Something simple like that. If it's doing like a task or making a phone call, anything like that, whatever it is, just really focus in on it and feel all your senses and really feel it. Just focus on doing that one task the best it is. Even if it's something you don't want to do as part of it, you got to remember what you're striving for, that you have a goal and you're trying to reach it. And that leads into the fourth piece of this, which is enjoying the journey. I used to physically take one step at a time when I was hiking. I would definitely put my full physical effort into it. Mentally, I wasn't there. You could have probably replaced the entire hike around me with cardboard and I probably wouldn't have noticed, because I was head down and in tunnel vision because I was so focused on the destination. I was going to get to the top of that mountain, to the end of that hike, before anybody else did that started 2 hours before me, and I was going to blast through it. And okay, and then I got to the top and it was a great feeling of accomplishment. Well, what about all those hours I spent hiking? I wasn't there. Mentally, I was just not there. And my girlfriend helped me. She told me, hey, why don't you take a breath and enjoy this? Look, hey, we're outside in nature. There's birds and there's trees and there's all these wonderful things. And that's why this is related to taking one step at a time, because there's a danger. You can be taking one step at a time, but you may be taking it just for the destination. And I've learned in hiking and I've learned in life that the journey is just as important, because you get to the end of the destination and then what? You've got other places to go. You hike to the top of a mountain, it's great. You eat your snack and then you're like, well, now we got to climb down. And then what, right? What's next? There's always going to be more journeys and more destinations. So I've learned in my life to enjoy it, to enjoy each step and each piece of it, to take the time to really, to appreciate each moment and to enjoy the journey and not to get too focused on the destination. Because really, if you think about it, taking one step at a time is really enjoying infinite destinations. You can break everything down into these little pieces, and each journey is a destination in and of itself. So the tricks that I've learned are, again, similar to taking one step at a time, just really being at peace and having faith in what you're trying to do. The key to enjoying the journey is appreciating each step, not just taking it one at a time, but really appreciating it and not just being goal-driven. And I've learned to do that in daily life by taking a breath, and sometimes even focusing on other things. I assure you, sometimes if you're hiking or doing anything, if you just do the steps that you have and think about something else, sometimes things will just happen for you. There's a lot of things I'm focused on right now that I could spend every waking moment thinking about and trying to do, but I don't, because I've learned that it doesn't really make a difference. It actually hurts the situation if I'm holding on too tightly and trying to just get it to where I want it to be. If instead I put it out there like, okay, I want to achieve this. I want to get there. Here's the steps I have that I can do. There's only 3 of them this week. Well, I'm going to do them with my best, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to smile, and then I'm going to do other things. And then those things are more likely to come to me, as opposed if I'm just, I got to get there. Oh my gosh, I got to do it. And then you start to just make these, do these extra things, and you almost drive the very thing away. And I'm sure you've done this, because I have, whether it was in relationships or with jobs that I wanted or things I was pursuing. It's like if you're trying to compete athletically, if you're too tight and too wound up, you're not going to run as fast. You're not going to be able to perform as well. So enjoying the journey, hiking, to enjoying the journey in life is the same thing. So again, to recap, the 2 things, there were 4 steps total. In the last video, we talked about picking a path and being prepared. And in this video, we talked about taking 1 step at a time, and the final step, which is related to that, which is enjoying the journey. I challenge you to try and do this in your daily life, all 4 steps, when it comes to that. Picking a path, figuring out what you're trying to do and understanding it. Second step, being prepared. What's it going to take to get there? What are the steps? What do I need to do? And constantly evaluating it, not just doing it once, doing it and figuring out where you are and how far you have to go, and do you need to do something different now? Has everything changed? Do you need to go a different route? Do you need to do something differently? Or reestablish a new goal? Third step, taking 1 step at a time, physically and mentally and spiritually, to just breathe and do the things that you have before you as best you can, and not get too focused on where you're going or what's next and getting overwhelmed. But whatever it is that you got next, do it the best you can. And the 4th was enjoying the journey, which is linked to the 3rd, but you could definitely take 1 step at a time and not enjoy the journey. You could just be doing it with a heads down, focused attitude and not having any fun. Have fun, enjoy it. This is our life, and regardless of how many goals you set, each moment is something to enjoy and to make the best of. So I really encourage you, and we'll have more videos on this about specific techniques for doing goal setting and all of these, but I really encourage you, if you're doing anything and you're feeling like you're not getting where you want to be, and you don't know what's going on, take a step back, figure out if you're really prepared, and if you are, just take the next step as best you can, and have the next one lined up after that, and have fun and enjoy it, and then maybe take a break and do something else, and allow that to come to you, because maybe you're too tight, or maybe you're not doing enough, and maybe you need to take more steps. But just make sure that you take it with all your energy and that you enjoy it. That's really all there is you got. It's life. Again, this is Frank from Engineer Your Life, and I hope this helps. And you can leave a comment or anything you want, and have a good day.